Hey everybody. Looks like we might be live. I have in my hands an extension cord. You'll note that this is for 240 volt rather than 120 volt, right? So I've got a plug there. I've got the receptacle here. And now I've got a wire with a plug. Why would I do that? Because I am trying to wire a new motor. Hey, Miss Heather, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Let's see. Tell me, do you have need of a 240 volt receptacle? All right. So this is the motor that is going to go on the bandsaw. It is a 2 horsepower motor. And I am wiring it for 240 volts, which is here under high volt. So this is the diagram. So P1 goes to line 1. You need to insulate a bunch of these wires, and then yellow goes to line 2, and then of course ground goes to ground. This is the diagram for 120 volt, and this is a 2 horsepower motor. It's running at 1725 RPM, and part of the reason why I decided that I needed to do it at 240 volts is because the amperage draw at 120 volts is 18.8 amps, and all of my circuits here are 20 amps. So I was like, yeah, let's make it run on 9.4 amps at 240 volts. That should make it a little bit easier. So my P1, which is this wire here, kind of in blue, P1, goes to my line 1, which would be my black wire on here. And my yellow will go to the white or red wire on here. I'm not sure what color I've got. Let's see. Green, I guess. And then my ground will go to the ground, the green one here. I'm going to give you a little bit better look inside. So you can see that this is the ground, going to my ground screw right there. All right. Oh, let me check in on chat. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Hey, Scoodoobie, good to see you. All right, so I need to create a path for the wire to come through. I've got 2 knockouts available, this one and this one. And I think I want to do this one because I've got 1/2 inch snap-in connectors here. And that one looks more like the 1/2 inch to me. Yep. That is going to be too big. So let me extract that. Let's see, what's going to be the least noisy thing to smack that with? Oh, we'll just get a little piece of wood here. No, that's going to be too big. That should work. We'll use a mallet. Actually, I'm going to move you over here so that I can be right-handed. All right. Okay. And I'm just going to use the old lineman pliers here to pretend I know what I'm doing. Snap that out. And I'll just take this, push it in, and take my cord. And push it through. All right, and that should give me enough wire to work with, I hope. So you guys get to struggle watching me do some electrical wiring work. Let's see. Good to see you. What is Pelado working on here? I am wiring up my 240 volt 2 horsepower motor to go on the bandsaw. Least noisy thing to smack it with is a legit consideration. In this household, it is. It's Pelado and stupid in the heading, so I had to come see. Amen, brother. That's kind of the idea. All right. So that wire is nice and secure in there. So let me score the insulation here. And then see if I can strip it back. Maybe I needed to do a deeper score. There we go. So we will reveal the wires in the middle there. Come on. Okay. All right. So I guess I do have green or black and white as my lines, and then the green is my ground. All right. I'm going to try to carefully cut off the insulation, hopefully without damaging the wires inside. Okay. All right. And let me get my wire stripper. So my black is going to go with my black. My white is going to go with my yellow for line 2. And my green is going to go with my ground. And all of this is based on the diagram on the motor, because this can be wired for either 120 or 220. So, oh, hey, let me catch up on the chat here. Something with the motor, yep. So the title and electrical innards, thought, oh wow, hope that's unplugged. It is definitely unplugged. There is no power possible here. Here's the plug. I'm using an extension cord that I just cut off the end. And indoor-outdoor cord, so I figure that's probably a pretty good one. Let's see, have the same depth of understanding. Hey, Calvin, thanks for being here. Here for Pelado vibes. Ooh, here for the vibes. Exciting. Let's see. Hope this doesn't turn out to be a shocking experience. Amen, plywood. Green, yes, is usually ground. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Not So Ordinary. Thanks for being here. I love that Not So Ordinary Woodworks, in order to avoid the auto-translate, intentionally spells my name Pelado instead of Pelado. All right. Grumpy Calvin Plywood Knots. Yep. Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the subscribe button. There's the super chats and the memberships and all the good stuff. My birthday is this week, just for anyone who let's see. All right. All right. So let's start with the ground. And I think this is 12 gauge. So I'm just going to put it in my 12 gauge section there. And I just twirl this around a few times, hoping that there we go. Oh, I didn't I think instead of, yeah, it's just taking the whole wire with it instead of, there we go. There, it's starting to actually cut through. Okay. And the white. And the black. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit lower on the black. Because it looks like the, there we go. All right, so get our ground to our ground. I'll just try to pre-twist those a little before introducing the wire nut. Oh, you know what? I've got those. That P1 wire likes to get in the way. All right, it feels like a solid connection. It's not coming out even when I pull on it. All right, so let's put our black to our black. Pre-twist. These yellow nuts, wire nuts, came with the motor. The green ones I had to get separately. Okay, that feels like it's on pretty solidly. And then the white and the yellow. Little pre-twist. And there's the other wire nut. One thing I don't like about these green ones, and maybe there's a good reason for this, but you'll notice on these yellows, it's all enclosed, right? On the green, it has a hole in there. And so if I wasn't careful, sometimes I'd have some of the wire poking out through that hole. So I'd have to kind of redo it. All right, it feels secure, feels secure, feels secure, 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 secure. All right, everything feels secure. So does anyone know why they have the hole on these guys? That seems not the best when you're trying to contain all of the wires in the wire nut. Sorry, Pelado. Hey, intentional misspelling is just great. Trying to avoid the auto translate. It's fine. Birthday's the 27th. Tell everyone. Sent hiding for 10 joules. Cool. Thank you. Sent star for 2 joules. Nice. Sent gold coin. Wow. All sorts of gifts coming here. Not so ordinary. Let's see. Happy poop. Oh, everyone loves a happy poop. You know what I mean? Let's go. A treat for 5 joules. This is great. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Skadooby locking in. Plywood is Tom. True. I would guess condensation. Oh, okay. That could be. Back to work. Activating lurking mode. Okay. We will try to continue with some somewhat entertaining activity here for you, Skadooby, while you're lurking. 100 for 2 joules. Awesome. Thank you, Miss Heather. And Scooby Snacks. Nice. All right. So I think I've got this wired properly. And there is a way to find out. Dare I plug it in? All right, so my plugs for the 240 are over here under my new sub panel. So I've got 240 volt receptacles here. And then I also installed 2 120 volt circuits. And I also have the line that was coming here was going outside for a hot tub that a prior owner of the house had. We are not using a hot tub here now. So I have the hot tub. So I've got that line coming in, and I sent the wire back out for the hot tub that doesn't exist. So that's just turned off. I have the 220 volt circuits on, but I haven't been using the 240 volt circuits because I didn't have anything to run on 240. But now I can turn them on. And let's see if that top one will work. All right. So right now I don't have a switch. So plugging it in should turn the motor on. And this is kind of a heavy motor. So, and I don't think this is quite long enough to reach. Nope. So let's grab the bandsaw. And rip off the table here. There we go. Come on now. Get over the hump. There we go. All right. Oh, this is not a light motor. All right. The moment of truth. So when this goes in, this should start turning. Let me look at the chat before I do this. Okay. Back to work. Okay. Sent treat. Oh, thank you, Calvin. Thanks, Pelado. Love seeing what you get up to. Aw, thank you, Scooty B. Sent treat for 5 jewels. Thank you. Good morning from Mercantile. May your coffee or drink of choice be strong and your creativity be stronger. Sweet. Let's see. Orami. Okay. Good morning. About the arm. Let's see what the translate. Oh, Orami. Okay. That auto translate can be a little tricky. All right. Motor going to jump when plugged in. Ooh. Good thinking, Plywood. Yeah. Maybe I should bolt it down rather than just having it precariously up on there. Good idea. Well, I could remove the other motor and just put it in place, but I kind of want to test it before I go to that extent. So, where could I bolt it down? All right. Let's just take this one off and see if we can't bolt it in place before we do any testing on it. Also, you'll note it, as I mentioned, it doesn't have a switch on it yet. The switch that came with this guy, right there, which is not the best placement, because especially with this expanded table, because as I'm trying to work on the bandsaw, I've got to reach down there to turn it on and reach back down to turn it off. So I decided it'd be better to have a different switch. So I made one, or I bought one, and there wasn't really a great way to attach it, but I noticed that there were 2 holes on this backside here. And so I just fashioned a little plate and then some plywood attached to the back of that attaches to the screws that are right there. And now I've got a much better switch with a big stop button that's easy to reach. All right. Let's see here. Clamps would work temporarily. Oh, that's a good point. Got a vise. I do have a vise, but a little bit too far from the power. Let's see. Clamps would work, at least for a test. Yep. Yes, I definitely have clamps. And all right, let me let me bring it over here. And let's see. Let me just move some stuff off of the shelf here. Had to cut this shelf in order to make room for the sub panel. And then I just moved it basically up here and over there. All right. All right. So that'll allow me some clamping force right there. And it should also allow us in one shot to see the plug going in and possibly the motor start spinning. You guys are brilliant. Clamps. You guys are so smart. The vise is the only thing attached to my bench grinder, etc. I just clamp. Gotcha. Yeah, I've got my Moxon vise over here on the bench, but yeah, it's a little too far from the power outlet. So clamp that down. All right, hopefully that is enough clamping power. Can you guys see both the power outlet and the motor spindle? Are those both in frame? Let me see if, yeah, I guess I can see that it is. All right, let's try this. That spins. All right, let's try the other one. Yes. We've got successful wiring here. The sub panel and outlets are working. The motor is working. Everything is beautiful. All right. So now let's get that motor off and get the new motor on and connected to the switch. And let's see, it's got bolts and nuts. So I need to figure out what size wrench to use on that. I think I'll start with 1/2 inch. See if that works. What do you know? Half inch is apparently the appropriate size. Okay, and I just have to remember which way is clockwise when I'm on the opposite side here. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey doesn't work quite as well when you're upside down relative to the motor. quite enough. All right, and one last. Not nearly as difficult on removing those nuts as I feared. All right, so let's see how difficult it is to here. I don't want to get too messy here. This is a little taller than I wanted, but all right. Okay, it looks like I can just unscrew that on the switch. Check in on everybody here. Okay, cuts off the motor, but the spindle frame. Okay, brilliant. Not so much. We're well versed in the conversation of energy. Work smart. Success. Gold coin. Thank you. Beautiful morning. Facts. Go outside for a while. Just smile. Nice. Clockwise, counterclockwise, relative to bolt housing position. Sorry, I got lost in song sometimes. Trying to name that tune. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. Well, oh, what a beautiful morning. Step ahead of you, The Rascals, 1968. Sorry, I'm going Oklahoma on musical rather than The Rascals. Sorry. Trying to think of what's a beautiful morning. I think I'll go outside for a while. Yeah, that one's not coming to mind. Sorry. Probably just as well avoid any copyright strikes. All right, let me see if I've got something that will reach in there. All right, that looks to be about the right size, which is a 5/8. But I might need a deep socket there. So the 1/2 doesn't work. The 5/8 is too big. Why don't we try the one in the middle? 9/16. Hey, that seems to work. All right. Right. And let's see if that will come through here. Yes, it will. Excellent. Oh, did I just use one of my screws or nuts? Feed my plug through. And, oh, there's something connected in there that doesn't want me to just pull it out. So let me take off that cover, which means I need a flathead screwdriver. And let me reposition this so that the tracking camera can kind of see what's going on too. Come on. All right. We'll call that good enough. Oklahoma, good. You get copyright strikes for writing out someone's lyrics, 2 sentences on a live stream. Hey, you never know. You never know. If I start singing it, that's where I think I might run into trouble. I just want to be abundantly cautious. Sent flow state. Oh, thank you, Calvin. Do not underestimate the power of the YouTube minions. They can get slap happy with strikes. Probably. Hey, Cedar, how's it going? Thanks for being here. I think I might need to take the table off here to get better access to everything. Oh, one thing that I can do, and actually I will do right now before I forget, is I'm going to bring this monster back over here and put the cover back on. Go. And then I can use my magnetic parts holder for holding metal parts. So hopefully that reduces the risk of losing things. Right. All right. Nice and secure, I hope. And I'll grab all of these somewhat precariously placed bolts and nuts and washers. as I drop one right over there. And hit my head on the switch. All right, let me grab this washer so I don't forget. And grab that. And then I'll continue on. Let's see, you guys still see what's going on here? I guess I don't have to remove those all the way because just, okay, and there's one over here to remove or to loosen. Actually there are 3 to loosen. So I'm gonna get a short and stubby flathead screwdriver. I think I'm gonna need a socket. Let's see what size this is. Let's see, 5/16. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right. Let's see if that's loose enough. Hey, what do you know? It will. It will come off. All right, so now I need to disconnect this guy. So I might just need to remove that key, or is there more to it? Oh, that doesn't want to come off. Let me look at chat for inspiration. Okay, Cedar sent gold coin. Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Plywood. Look at all these good people in here. Hey, absolutely. Hey, Kevin, thanks for being here. My name is Green. Must have gotten a membership. Yeah, we did some gift memberships earlier in the month. And let's see, always the sneaky hidden screw underneath. Yeah. Hey, Dale, thanks for being here. Happy Tuesday indeed. Nice cool morning here today. Stoked. Yeah, it is relatively cool. It's starting to warm up in here, and I'm gonna have to be quick about this because I don't have a ton more time before I have to get to actual work. All right, so I want to get that key out. Let's see. What, if anything else, could be holding that together? Is it just the key that's making that nice and tight in there? And is there a way for me to Smack the key. Okay, I guess I've got a screw right here that is probably putting pressure on that key. So let me move it over here. So it looks like I need an Allen wrench of some size. I think this one's going to be too big. Actually, you know what? Let me grab this one that is used on other items on this bandsaw and see if that, hey, that is the right size. So I'm going to put this other stuff away. All right. There we go. Okay. And now I can take the key out and remove the motor. Hooray! Old motor removed. Anyone want a 3/4 horsepower Delta motor? It'll run on 115 volts at 60 hertz, single phase, 1725 RPM. Let me know. I might have one available. And it's not stupid if you don't electrocute yourself. I'm hoping to avoid electrocution. Finally got out of the triple digits for a couple days after 27 days. Gross, missed the fresh, crisp air. A grub screw holding in. There was a screw. I'm not sure if it was a grub screw, but there was definitely a screw and the key. Did I put the screw? No, the screw's still in the thing. All right. All right, so then that key goes over here. And let's bring this monster over here. Okay. All right. And it has its own little key right here, which might be the same as the other one, but all right. And get that set screw, or grub screw as Dale called it. I'm not sure what's technically correct name for this screw. Maybe Calvin can help us on that. Calvin seems to know the technical name for everything, which I appreciate. All right. And then just need to get everything let's see. I think I want that not quite so close to the housing. So I'm going to loosen that up. And reposition. I think that's probably better. I want to have equidistance basically so that those two are in line, and that looks about right to me. Although where the motor sits is going to impact that. So let's assume that the motor is going to be right there. And lock that in. All right, and then let's start. Of course. Can start securing. Let's see, do we want to do it right there? Or let's see if we can get it through that way. Did it go through? No. Okay. Because of the type of bolt it is. All right, the lock washer, and then the regular washer, and then the nut. All right. To the next. And I'm going to try to bring this around where I can have more light. All right. Okay. Lock nut washer. And right. This is going to be so much more powerful. All right. Oh, I can't see. There we go. This is a 56 frame. You guys would probably prefer to see the bottom side, but that would be more difficult at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right. I don't know if there's any good view right now for this, but okay. I should probably get out some sockets here instead of the wrench, but why bother? Uh-oh. That's my alarm saying that I need to cut out and get to my appointment. So I'm going to have to finish this project later. That feels pretty secure. All right, so next up, I need to cut the cord again. Because I'm going to go from here to the switch, and then from the switch, so I'll cut it here and have my wire going to the switch, and then from the motor to the switch, and then have the rest of the plug be able to go from the switch to the outlet. So let me put the cover back on here, and then I will call it quits for the day. Let me check in here. Yeah, grub screw holding the key in. Nice motor upgrade. Yeah. So it's going from the oh, why is the tracking camera all the way over there? What in the world? Come on, tracking camera. There we go. Track camera. Yeah, so I'm going from the 3/4 horsepower original Delta motor to a 2 horsepower Marathon totally enclosed fan cooled motor. So it should work pretty well. Don't tighten it though until you've aligned everything. So you might need to play with the positioning on the pulley. Yeah, I was thinking that. I think I've got it pretty close to aligned, but I think that's pretty close, but we can adjust things later, I guess. And you know, you bring up a good point. Maybe I won't put the cover on it quite yet. So, all right, I'll just call it quits for now and go to my appointment and try to clean up a bit. Thanks everybody for all the gifts. It's going to be a happy birthday this week, and thanks everyone for being with me. And we'll see you again soon. And yes, as Kevin said, everyone have a great day. Snap. Ha ha ha. Love it. Thanks, Dale. Thanks everyone for being here. Take care. Thanks, Heather.